So when you're playing anonymously, it's like you just don't know who you're playing. You don't know what level of play they're playing at. So you don't know what to expect. So that fear of the unknown, that's why players will fear the anomaly, because you just don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think the unknown helps you to prepare more flexibly, and you're able to kind of ebb and flow with the game in hand, the game that is actually being presented to you. If you're getting blown out of the water, then so be it, you know, they're extremely strong, and maybe learn from it depending on how they're moving on the board. Or utilize the experience and really drive forward your own game within it, because the opponent doesn't know you. So it's your chance to practice your version of your answer to chess. So they will fear you because you are the anomaly to them. That's why it's really good playing anonymous chess, not knowing what the rating is. So it's a good thing to practice, because you get rid of all of preconceived ideas, all ideas about the traits that you'll learn for yourself. You know, well, you expect a 1000 level player to play like this, you expect a 2000 level player to play like this, 1600 to play this way and that way. So you have in your own head what you kind of expect the different levels of ratings should play like. But it's at that point where we kind of then try to pigeonhole everybody into those rating levels. So in essence, whatever number you're playing against, just play your game and play what is actually happening on the board, not what you expect to happen. Just push through the center here. Let's develop the knight. Let's get the bishop out. Might as well take. Let's push and hit the pawn in the center. Might as well take. So it's pretty familiar, this position, so just capture in. And they've left the pawn here, so we'll just grab the pawn. Might as well bring the knight back to safety. It's castle. Just bring the bishop out, attacking the pawn in the corner on the A. So I'm going to try and just get my pieces out. We could attack the knight. No, maybe not. Bishop's probably looking to do something fancy here, and then they'll grab the knight and they'll be up a pawn. So I'm not going to give them that. I know they're chomping at the bit to do that, so let's just see if they continue with it. There might be more to set to tunnel vision themselves, because they wanted it. Alright, so let's just bring the rook across. And they've gone for it. Tunnel vision, I thought they would do. So they're down a minor piece. Just had this sense in my water that they were just trying to go for that, and they just went for it anyway. So attack the knight. Okay, so it's just a simple trade down now if we can. Just attack the pawn. May as well take, we're on the bishop. get the knight up, see if there's any forks. Let's put a check on the king. We can afford to trade down if they're going to take the knight. Might as well capture it. They're still playing on. So it's the type of game where try again not to lose any advantage. And every time I say that we mess up, but it's a key thing throughout over the board games and online games I'm playing, losing that advantage. Just concentrate now. Skewering the pawn and the rook potential. Defending the pawn. We can put a check on the king, or we could just push the pawn. Pawns want to be pushed. We can take and just hide the king round the back. Let's get a queen. That should be it. They're still playing. Let's push. Let's block the king off. Just get the bishop out of the way and let's just push this pawn up. Excellent.